White shirts on the pitch, running fast through the night. Every heart beating loud under floodlit sky bright. So to London, stand strong, in the stands they belong. Voices echo like thunder, to the club they sing along. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. King's fire in his eyes, glory's what he seeks. With every goal he flies, rising to new peaks. From the lake to far and wide, with the pride of the fight. On this journey we'll ride, with our passion burning bright. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. The pride of the fight. On this journey we'll ride, with our passion burning bright. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. With all our might. With all our might.
Good evening and welcome to THFC Till I Die, the home of Tottenham past, present and exciting future under our next manager.
Sounds like you've gone to a funeral, Dermo.
I have now tonight reached a point where I thought I would never be. I have reached a decision I thought I would never have to make. I have reached a point where I never thought I would be. I have reached the end of my tether. I have gone to the well so many times the well is dry. Ange, you have to go. You heard it clear, guys. Breaking news. Dermatron is now Ange out.
Well, it's obviously not news to me. I can't say I'm overjoyed hearing you say that, Dermo, because, you know, I know that's not really your character. And I think a lot of people here, you know, that's why a lot of people watch, is because, you know, you're quite a positive gentleman. I'm much less so than you, and that's okay. It's kind of why a dynamic works, I think, because I'm a lot more on the other side of that, which is fine. But it's not nice to see you this way, and I know you believed in him. I watched from Ange. I had a completely different take because I've only judged him on his Tottenham career. I had nothing else to gauge him on. So for me, it was pretty black and white. For you, because I know you were such a fan of his, and I'm not saying you're wrong to be so, but you're such a fan of his. Obviously, you wanted it to work so much. With me, I'm judging him. I'm taking the emotion out of it, I suppose, because I don't have that connection. I never had that connection to him, so I can only look at it from the black and white.
I think you're right to do that. I think you were right to do that. Look, I don't know where to start tonight, guys. I really don't. What have we just watched, Tequila? Look, this is what this show's all about. It's about instant reaction. It's about the emotion we are after a game. And this is what the show was designed for. It wasn't designed to wait 24 hours and calm down. And this is about being who we are after games. And I've been doing streams since 5 o'clock this afternoon. I haven't eaten yet.
It's been a long day.
I do this every match day, and I give my all for match day. I sacrifice a lot. I give up a lot of time I could be spending with Mrs. Strong. And look, I love doing my channel. I love doing my Spurs content. I work hard at it. I genuinely do. You know, we all work hard at it. You do, I do, Colin does, everyone does. Carl does as well. Carl does a hell of a lot. You and Carl do much, and Colin do a lot of the back stuff. Carl does a lot of the you do a lot of the tidying up for the writing for the shows for me. You check over my spelling and everything. You help Colin with the tech stuff as well, because you're both more tech minded than I am, to be fair. Carl is there to, you know, help in any way he can. We are going to bring somebody else in as well. As you well know, we're going to sort that out probably Friday. I enjoy doing this with you guys. I'm not enjoying watching my club at the moment. I'm not enjoying tonight. Tonight is hurtful. Tonight is, I'm angry. I'm very angry. Very, very angry. And I'm trying to keep a lid in it, by the way. Because there's no point in ranting and raving. What's that going to achieve? Nothing. I think the players should be damn well shaving themselves. I think the only players who have held any credit is Bergville, Spence, and Archie Gray. They're the only three players tonight. I think they are our play. We're going to get all the usual BS as well. Oh, we're very sorry.
Yeah, I don't.
Very sorry.
I don't. Honestly, like, I'm assuming Angie's presser is going up any minute. We are Tottenham TV or somebody will have it up. And to be honest, I'm really not interested in hearing anything he's got to say right now. I'll be honest with you, Dermo. Over my fandom of Spurs, which is about 26 years now, 26, 27 years, I have taken a break on 2 different occasions from my fandom. I've literally dissociated myself. Generally, I've just I've come back because I'm a fan of Tottenham Hotspur, and that will never change. I'm not going to change my allegiance. That's not how it works. You know that as well as I do. But I have taken breaks. I've said to myself, you know what? I'm so disillusioned right now that I need to go disappear for a while. I'm actually at that point again. Now, I'm not really, because I'm still going to do the channel with you. But as far as my mindset is, I'm completely disincentivized a lot with Spurs right now.
Yeah. So basically, you're going to the point is I'm still going to do the channel because I love football. Football is a sport we all love. But when it comes to Tottenham, I'm not going to let it bother me. I think you're right on that. You know?
And I know, and some people, and I know, I've some people will say to me, "Well, Nick, you're not a proper Spurs fan," and they haven't really got the right to say that. I will say that I know, but I've had that at me before, and I will say is I'm a different kind of Spurs fan. It wasn't brought into my family. I wasn't given to. In fact, anyone who I've spoken to before, my family wanted me to be an Arsenal fan. So I am completely the other end of the spectrum. I wasn't brought into this by my family or stuff like that. I was quite a late bloomer with my football fandom. I didn't get into football until my mid-teens, whereas a lot of people like yourself, Dermo, started really young. I was a late bloomer and everything like that. But in saying that, I chose Spurs because I fell in love with a couple of the players who played for Tottenham, like David Schindler. That's my entrance point. So I've got a different entrance point than a lot of people. Because I didn't support them from when I was a kid. It wasn't brought into me by my family. It actually, which is a different way, because it means I actually made a conscious choice more than having like my dad or my mum or my family bring me up as a fan. I chose Spurs independently. Does that make sense?
It does.
It means that I'm a different. I'm coming at a different angle. I don't think it makes me lesser a fan, but maybe you can say, and I'll take this criticism, that maybe it's easier for me to turn it off. If that's the right terminology to use. I don't know if it
probably is. Tonight, look, I've been a Spurs fan for 44 years now. I know there's a lot of Spurs fans been supporting Tottenham longer than I have.
Yeah.
I could give every excuse under the sun tonight for tonight's performance. I can't give one because it was toothless. The first half was 50-50. You know, the first half was a good game.
Well,
that was a North London derby.
How it went from what I saw, and like I say, I was watching it on the stream, although the stream was a bit laggy, I can't lie, but I did what I could. It looked like they were all over us the first 10 minutes or so. Then we came back into it a bit. We got the goal, and then we came back into it a bit for the first half. And then they kind of came back right at the end of the first half. And then the second half was almost like a big pile of nothing, really, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
It was. I mean, the corner was never a corner, but you just you have to take them. You have to take that in the chin and go, look, you can't.
You have to play it where it lays. That's the saying in golf. You have to just play it where it lays with that.
Aston Villa game of the FA Cup had the same thing, didn't they? West Ham had the same. It was a goal came from corner that wasn't a corner. So they do happen. VAR doesn't have anything to go there.
No.
I am just disillusioned. I don't know if I'm more upset because we've lost the North London derby in such a pitiful and such a spineless way. I think that's what's got to me the most.
A lot of people in the comments. There's a lot of passion in the comments from a lot of the regular people we know. I mean, Cole's absolutely furious. You can tell how hurt he is by it. So, I mean, I don't like to see it because I like a lot of these guys. So, from the human perspective, I don't like to see my friends hurting. Just because I'm able to turn it off, maybe better than others. That doesn't mean I like to see it. I don't like to see you hurt, Dermo. I don't like to see Carl hurt. I know Com isn't that bothered, but I've seen how hurt he gets though when United have what they do sometimes. So just because I have that ability, which I guess I'm thankful for to a certain degree, I don't like seeing my friends obviously who can't do it as well. And that's nothing against any of you. It's just I don't like to see it. Dermo, I know how much you've wanted Ange to succeed. Just because I never bought into him, that doesn't mean that I wanted him to succeed. If nothing else for you. And other people who did put so much faith into him, I don't want to see them. My friends hurt.
The Ange thing hurts, but what hurts more tonight is that you pull on that shirt, and that shirt should mean everything to you. That badge means everything. It's a North London derby. Forget Ange, right? Forget Ange for the minute, right? It's a North London derby. We haven't won there since 2012. They beat us 1-0 at our place. And we've just
another set piece, wasn't
it? Look, the set piece, the goalkeeper partly, but it was an own goal by Solanke, and it was just one of those freak goals, I would say. What's got me is the second half performance. They didn't even try. If Arsenal had a striker, they would have put 6 past us. It was like the players have said, do you know what? We've had enough of Ange. We're not even going to try. And he brought on Madison and Brendan Johnson. And Colin said it in the commentary, in the watch-along, that the only midfielder we had was Bergville. This, I don't know. Look, shall we get through the chat, Tequila?
Yeah, there's a lot of chat and there's a lot of passionate people, so we should read them out.
Do you want to read them out, or do you want me to read them out?
No, I can do it.
I'll bring them up. As I used to say, you read, I bring. So there you go.
Go on then.
Well, the first one's up for you.
It is past 9, Carl, but haven't we got to wait 8 minutes before I'm allowed to read swearing? So I'm going to edit it, Carl.
Hang on. Just say one, and I'll give you a special something.
Just say one?
Yeah, just say one.
1.
Woo! Beep, 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 beep. Point.
No, I'm not doing my 1 out of 10. They weren't that bad. Well, maybe 1 or 2 of them. All right, Carl. I think I can use effing.
Yeah.
I effing point a bloody lot of them. No heart for the club or badge. Something is very wrong.
Yeah.
My only reply to that, Carl, very quickly, is other than Sonny, who you would think would care because he's been here such a long time that he, I'd say he's obviously become a Spurs fan. Yeah. The other 11 players and even Ange himself, they're not Spurs fans.
No.
Ange's a Liverpool fan, and I don't know all the players, but none of the other players that we know of are Spurs fans. So, yes, there's professionalism. Yes, they should do it for the fans. But do they themselves care about losing to Arsenal?
No,
probably
not.
Don't
give a shit.
Like I say, I think Sonny's the exception because he's been here long enough to where he probably does because he's kind of become one of us. But the other 10 players on the pitch, probably not. Not at this point. None of them have been here long enough. Let's be honest. So I doubt they do care, Carl. As that might be cynical, but it is what I think. Milton, big up Milton saying, so disappointed. Pouty face again. Arsenal do the double on us. Yeah, but their first goal should have occur as it was a corner, but we must go and take care. But we must go off. Take care, Doma. Oh, so I think he's left. Then Milton's
yeah, must go on. We must go on. Take care, Doma. Yeah, look, okay. Milton. I know you're passionate about the club as well as I. Look, we can complain about should the corner have been given. It wasn't a corner. Look, you can't change it. It's one of them things. It happens in football. We just got to learn to bet. We didn't defend the corner well in the first place, corner or no corner. We should never have conceded from that corner anyway.
And stuff like that, the kind of like, not getting the corner calls, not getting the right throw-ins. I mean, they happen quite often in most matches. So I understand if you want to go back and really pinpoint the blame, but that's not the reason we lost. You know what I mean? It's like, more to it.
Yeah, I get you.
Boise 218 is saying, Ange out. Get the fraud out of my club tonight. Don't know if I still don't think I'd probably class him as a fraud. That's not what I consider a fraud to be. But obviously he's really unhappy. So I understand that, tempers are tempers.
I love his picture. He who dares wins. He who hesitates doesn't. Ange hesitated tonight.
Fair enough. Can't argue with that.
No.
Carl's saying, well, you got how I feel. Yeah, I think we know where you stand, Carl, mate.
Yeah.
Carl again saying, bringing the new manager now and just some players in, what a mess.
Yeah. I want to ask you a question, Tequila. Do you think we're not buying any players and is Levy saying, right, I'm not backing you in the transfer window? I want to see results improve before I start backing you with players. Or was that a cynical way of thinking?
I think it depends on the type of players. I mean, there's a reason, Dermo, where we rarely ever buy players over 30. I think Perisic was like the exception, wasn't he? But 90% of the players we buy are 23 and younger. You might get the occasional 25-year-old. They're all players with sell-on value. So I think Levy looks at it from that way. Like this winger that we are interested in, chances are that if he would have bought him and he would have done well, we could have sold him on. And we've already discussed earlier on, as funny as we found it, players like Gray, who Madrid might be interested in. So I don't think Levy buys players for managers. I've got to be honest. That's just not what I think he does. He buys players, probably runs it past the manager. So
no.
Sorry, mate. Go on.
Yeah, we have asked the question about Ange. We're waiting on a reply. We're waiting on news. We have asked the question. That I will say.
If we hear anything before we go off air, we'll let you know.
Even if we hear anything when we do go off air, say 1 a.m, if we hear anything, I will come on and tell you guys first. Generally, I will. I'll read some of these out, Tequila. Give me something to take my mind off it, man.
Yeah, go on.
I'm very, very calm from both of you. If it was me, I'd be losing. Look, I don't think we're calm. I think Tequila's just couldn't give a shit anymore, which I totally agree with.
Yeah, I mean, I phased out a while ago, to be honest.
And I'm so demoralized and so battered and bruised that what's the point of ranting and raving? What's the point? I have to sit through 2 hours of watching us lose another North London derby, us lose to Arsenal again, us not winning since we beat Southampton 5-0. So we haven't won. We've lost all our games in all competitions, apart from Tamworth, which took us to extra time to beat them 3-0, by the way. I want to lose my shit, but I don't want to lose my shit, if you know what I mean. Because I don't think it's right for me, and I don't think it's right for the channel.
As long as you don't take it out on, like, the missus and the family, stuff like that. Which I don't think you would.
I never do.
I'm just saying that
I never do.
If you do need to do that, then probably best you do it here. Then obviously,
do you know what, Tequila? I'm a very sort of on one of these fans that I don't take it out on anyone. I never do. I just take it as it is.
Yeah.
I just don't like losing North London derbies. And and Mrs. Tron, bless her, I get off the stream and I go and speak to her, and I just forget about Tottenham. That's it. There's nothing I can do about it.
No,
But
you're right. You're right.
I it takes me time to process. Hang on, we're just getting a bit of news. Right.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Can I say something? Can I say that, Colin? Just give. I know I probably can, but you know what I mean with our NDAs.
No,
which we signed,
ask permission first. Wait till.
I always that just gives us a thumbs up. Looks like we could be doing the stream, Tequila, if this is true.
Yeah, if it ends up being true, we know what these kind of things normally are about.
Right? Can you just double check with Colin? I know it probably is, but I just like to.
I'll ask him.
Yeah, I just like to always
continue with the comments, dude. I'll ask him.
Yeah, it's because of NDAs, and me and Colin have signed NDA, especially with the takeover and stuff like this. We have to be so careful of our sources and who we use, and who what. So you could say the wrong thing, which could get myself, Colin, and this channel into a lot of problems, and we don't really do that. Yes, we can. I tell you what, Tequila, would you like to break this, or do you want me to?
I can do it and have a different kind of reaction to you. You're okay doing it? It depends. Is it going to upset you if you do it?
Oh, he did. Apparently, he replied in the normal chat.
Okay.
I just wanted to join in. All right, I'll send Carla. Carl wants to join us.
Carl, okay, yeah, come on in, Carl.
Okay. Right, okay.
Have you got the link, mate?
I'm sending Carl the link now. I think I'll be having my dinner late tonight, but I don't care. This is fun. This is
tell Carl to bring the swear jar as well.
Yeah, bring the swear jar.
It's going to be big extra money. Yeah.
This is the latest we've got. Daniel Levy has summoned Ange for a meeting. Not sure if it's tonight or tomorrow. Of course, we will update you what it's about or when it happens, when we can. But this is the latest of the news. I'm actually going to just copy and paste a little bit of it, so we can run it across there. Don't know why it's not letting me copy and paste it.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, it's just, hang on. Maybe it's just my WhatsApp. Hang on. Sorry about this, guys. This is just dropping now, by the way. Here we go. Done it. Okay. So this will be played across the bottom. This is the latest news we've got, guys. This is breaking news from THFC till I die. Home Tottenham past, present, and the exciting future under a new manager. Maybe I should just say that.
Wow.
Here we go. This is it. Daniel Levy has summoned Ange for a meeting. Not sure if tonight or tomorrow. We will update you what it's about or when it is when it is happening, when we can. That's, you know what's going to happen, don't you? You know full well that what's the next thing's going to happen, what's going to break. We'll wake up in the morning.
You know what? I don't want him sacked right now. I actually think that
he's got to be, Tequila. I'm sorry. He has to be sacked right now.
Then we're throwing away the Carabao Cup again.
Well, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I mean, tonight's enough. I've had it now. I've had it up to here.
See, I agree with you. I agree with you the long term, and I thought that way. But because he's still in the Carabao Cup, to do it before the second leg, I know the second leg is still a couple of weeks away, but I want to win something, dude. We already threw it away under when we got rid of Jose. I know we're not there yet, and I know Liverpool are still going to be the favourites, but we do have a slight advantage. And if they're going to put Mason in, okay, so it's as simple as this: if Levy has got someone who comes in before Liverpool and somebody who he's really, really, really done a lot of due diligence in, then okay. If it's Mason, no. If it's Mason, I don't want Mason covering the Liverpool game.
Right.
I don't
Okay. We've got another bit of breaking news. I'm sure I can use this. I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm sure Colin is gonna give me a thumbs up in the chat anyway, because what happens, Colin is actually on source duty. That's what he's on at the moment, to be fair to him. We're doing this live. And this is the point I was making. Do you remember when Bentacle went down to Keeler?
Yeah.
And I was doing the watch along. And you three were behind the scenes working your ass off, getting me the latest information. And this is what we do in this channel. Like, Colin's not doing the watch along, but he's completely behind the scenes working his ass off with our source. Now, former Borussia Dortmund manager Aiden
just him.
Yeah, is appreciated by Tottenham and is someone they could sound out should the second half of this season should be sacked. Look, let's talk very quickly on the first bit of breaking news. Normally when we hear that means for me the manager's getting sacked. And when he did, let's go roll back a month or two, Tequila, before Christmas or just during Christmas, we did have the vote of confidence, and one of the things was results have to improve. Results haven't improved, have they? And tonight is just sums up where Tottenham are. And Tottenham Hotspur it is where we are.
We've seen 24, 25 years of under Enoch stewardship. And we know that generally it is about top 4. Let's be realistic. And I think Com told me we were 13 points. So that more or less means that we'd have to more or less become the form team for the rest of the season to make up that deficit. So Danny, and I'm going to call him Danny because I'm on a first name basis with him. So Danny's like, okay, so if I want to have any chance, I'm surprised he's left it this long. So if he wants his top 4 for next year, which is highly unlikely, then he's left with no choice. The person that we know Daniel Levy to be is never going to accept that we can't get the top 4. He's not going to go for a whole year voluntarily without getting that. So he's got to make that change if that is all that matters. And we know from past histories, as with Jose, that he doesn't care about the cups. I care about the cups. You care about the cups. He doesn't care.
I want to win something badly, but I can't keep going through.
Hey, look, if we get this manager in Dermo before the Liverpool game, then I'm for it. If it's going to stall and drag like we did last time after we got rid of Conte, then and it's going to be 2 months of Mason, then no. It's for me. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Look, I've always been Anjin. I wanted him to do well so well. I really did. Every part of my being wanted him to succeed. We tonight, I mean, I look at people, right? And I'm very lucky to have older fans of Tottenham around me, right?
Mm-hmm.
That Wilton McDonald, Philip Brady, Peter M. People that have seen it all, Tequila.
Yeah.
People that have seen us being relegated, right? It's people seen us being around when the great Bill Nick was managing our football club, watching us win trophies, watching us then go through the pendulum of getting relegated, right? Coming back through the second season, watching the growth of Glenn Hoddle, watching him come through the ranks and mature into the player, watching Keith Berkshire bring us up then the summer, bringing Ozzy Ardiles and Rick Avila in, watching Keith Berkshire build the team that won the 81, 82, 84 UEFA Cups and the 81, 82 FA Cups respectively, reaching the semi-finals of the Cup Winners' Cup and the final of the League Cup, watching him bring in players like Graham Roberts, Steve Archibald, Garth Crooks, Mickey Hazard come through the ranks, Ray Clements coming to the club, Bill Nick scouting these players. Where's my club gone? Bill Nick is looking down, and I swear, I am saying now, Bill Nick, Arthur Rowe are looking down in this club. There's a program on Twitter. I know I'm rambling. I'm probably waffling. I'm sorry. I'm just so angry, and I'm trying to contain it, and I'm trying to, instead of ranting, I'm trying to be angry in a positive way, in a more mature way, a more way that I can get it out more easily, if you know what I mean, Tequila. That I'm not going to sit there and shout and rant. There's no point. I'm not going to have my blood pressure raised or
No.
my heart because of Tottenham. I'm going to do it in a more civilized and a more polite way. Arthur Roy was asked the question, what does Tottenham Hotspur mean to you? Now, this is a man in his 60s or 70s, right, Tequila?
Yeah.
Do you know what he said?
What did he say?
He cried. He cried.
That's passion, isn't it? Real passion.
He cried. What did it mean to Bill Nick? We've done fuck all for Bill Nick since he passed. Sometimes we don't even recognize his anniversary of his death or the anniversary of his birthday. He's the most successful manager we've ever had. He is Mr. Tottenham Hotspur. Where's his trophy? Where's his statue? People like Danny Blanchflower, people like Dave Mackay, John White, who tragically died when he got hit by lightning under a tree, part of the double winning side. They used to call him the ghost in the midfield. Players that I've never saw. The greatest striker that football has ever seen, apart from Harry Kane, Jimmy Greaves.
Yeah.
Players like Dave Mackay, broke his leg twice, came back twice from 2 broken legs, Tequila. That's passion. That's determination. That is, do you know what? I'm going to break my leg once because I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in this club. But I'm going to do it again.
We don't have anyone we're like that in our team or squad, Dermo. Not even Sonny, with all due respect.
Yeah, you look at Steve Perriman, came through our ranks. The greatest captain, apart from Danny Blanchflower, I think, and Gary Mabbitt, to be fair, we've ever had. Do you know, Graham Roberts, the thundering tackler in the 80s. And Tottenham treated some of these players like shit. David Pleat left Graham Roberts' boots outside the training ground when he took over. That's how Graham Roberts knew he wasn't one of the Tottenham Hotspur anymore. So, why am I saying all this? The point I'm trying to make is Tottenham Hotspur is the best club in the world, and I love my club. I love my team. I love Tottenham Hotspur. They're my second love. But tonight was a shambles. Tonight was an embarrassment. Tonight, they just sat back and let Arsenal ride them. This is a North London derby, for Christ's sake. Even under Christian Gross or Ronde Ramos or Ozzy Ardiles, Tequila. Even under Peter Shreves, under Terry Venables, we showed more passion than this. Tonight was an embarrassment.
Do you think...
Sorry.
No,
I feel sorry for the... Hang on, we're getting news.
It's just stuff that I just said in a press conference.
Yeah, without... I've got 2 bits, but we'll get back to that. I hate losing North London derbies anyway, Tequila. And I'm sorry I'm hogging the show. I apologize. I know you have a right to say stuff, and I'm sorry. And I'm probably waffling. I'm hurting.
I know.
I'm hurting.
You're just passionate, mate, and that's
I'm
fine.
hurting. This is me hurting. I'm hurting. I'm really hurting.
You know, Philip Brady in the chat. Philip Brady in the chat makes some interesting comments as well.
Can I just say, I've actually got tears in my eyes. This is how much this has hurt me tonight. And people say, "Oh, get over it, Dome. It's a football match." No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not just a football match. Bill Shankly said football is more than life and death. It ain't that. It's more than that. Yeah. Do you want to go through the chat? I'm sorry, Tequila. I'm just really, really sort of... What did Philip say? Go on. Do you want to bring some of these comments?
Oh no, there's a lot of good shouts, but it's just like Philip's more or less agreeing with you because obviously I know Philip's been watching Spurs much longer than either one of us. To be honest, there's a lot. Pete, okay, one sec, bear with me.
Sorry, Tequila. I am.
No, so mate, you're good. I just got to get to the point where there's a lot of comments. Right, sorry guys, just bear with me. I ain't got my glasses on.
I'll bring them up. We'll start at Peter Raymond. I'll do that.
Go on,
okay,
then.
I'll go beat him up.
Yeah. Hi, all. That was awful. I can't believe that Spurs are falling behind Palace, my local team. That says a lot, doesn't it, Peter?
It does.
Yeah. Com saying, I think when United lost to Liverpool, I dropped the C-bomb about 40 seconds into my video. Cost you some money there, Com, my friend. And I understand it. I understand it. You know, you got your thoughts go out the window a bit. 14th. Wow. Maybe really 14th.
Yeah. Hello. What's happened there?
Why have I gone?
Has Daniel Levy got hold of our stream?
Demo trying to mug the camera. Look, Demo is like, I'm going to show my face, give you a big face. Bless you.
Oh, dear.
Carl's saying, the youngsters are still learning and getting better. The older players hang your head in shame. That's more or less what I said for the whole Tamworth when I did my 1 out of 10. So that's literally what I was going at as well. The youngsters are the ones showing more character than the senior players. It's embarrassing. Carl's saying, "Come, I love it." Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I remember that stream. He did drop it after 40 minutes, after 40 seconds.
Really, he just dropped it. Great. Yeah. Carl's saying, "I'm with Tequila. I won't let Spurs screw over the rest of my life." I mean, if you've got the ability to do that, and it's some people don't, and that's the way they are. That's good, Carl. But for the ones who struggled to do that, then we have to watch guys like Dermo in pain, and it sucks, and I don't like it. Nothing I can do about it, but I don't like it. But yeah, Carl, if you can just turn it off and just relax at home with the family, that's what you've got to do. Com saying, best thing to do now is to sack Ange, see out the rest of the season with a decent interim. But it's going to be Mason, Com. That's what they'll do. They'll go back to Mason. I don't want Mason for 6 months.
Do you know what? I was on the stream the other night, and I'm not naming anyone, but you know what happened the other night, and I talked to you about it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Without mentioning names. And he said, well, Mason would be. I don't want fucking
no.
But we're heading that way. I mean, this is.
Yeah, we are. Unless Levy can sort something out with the chap from Dortmund. And he's willing. If he's willing to come now, then maybe that's it.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get somebody, I think, like a Thomas Frank or somebody like that halfway through the season. I just don't think so. But if we're not after him and we're after somebody who already wants out of where he's at, maybe Levy can pull this together in a couple of weeks in time for Liverpool. Maybe he can. He's done it before.
Yeah.
He got Ramos out and brought in Redknapp pretty quickly.
Yeah. Look, he sacked Poch and brought Mourinho in within 24 hours. Not even that.
Exactly. It all depends on how much Levy in the background has been planning this. Who knows? We don't know. I don't know if our source knows, but we don't have the information.
No.
But no, I can see it being Mason at least for a little while, which is not what anybody wants really. Okay. Same as Tequila, I chose Spurs at 8 or 9 when my family. Well, exactly, mate. So it makes it a little bit easier, doesn't it, to kind of switch it off, I suppose.
It does.
Carl saying, In was brought in through my late uncle when I was 5, so loved Spurs for 37 years, and this hurts. And my uncle passed with cancer 3 months ago. Sorry, mate. So I'm
sorry, man.
Frustrated and sad. No, it sucks, mate. And yeah, like I say, a lot of people are brought into it by their families at a young age. I don't know if I feel lucky that I wasn't. It's weird because maybe it just can't hurt me as much. Just naturally, just can't hurt me as much. I don't know how to feel.
Can I just say we are under an NDA at the moment?
Okay.
Just to let people know, we are under an NDA. Now something is happening. I don't know the full story, but we are under an NDA, so I'm just letting people know. Just keep watching this space. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Um,
Peter M saying, I was right to read my biography.
oh
For
yeah,
Ange right now to finish it before he gets sacked. Is he writing a biography? Is he?
no, he's got a biography out.
Well, Ange has got.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. So he's reading it. Okay, I understand.
Mm.
Boise again, very adamant is Boise. Sack this man tonight. Sick of this, and this is not entertaining. Again, this is Ange's own press conferences, kind of like coming back to bite him. He'll say these things, and we're not entertained, don't we? Are we? Let's be honest.
Do you know what? I got a lump in my throat. I've never. I've only been like this once after a North London derby, and because it was North London derby. But tonight, it feels like I've got a death in the family.
It's a combination. It's a combination of being so bad for so long, other than the occasional match. But it's just been. I think it's been a bad season. Others may disagree with me, but I think it's been a very bad season.
I'd be ringing the Tottenham Samaritans helpline.
You have to get through first. They're going to be very busy tonight.
No, apparently Philip Brady has the special number.
Just for the Spurs fans ones.
Yeah, apparently he runs it.
You're going to have a busy night tonight. Then,
yeah, you and me be ringing him first. Colin be ringing him as well, having to put him through.
Can't be ringing him for the Man United stuff. No, you put that out there.
He'd be ringing him, Philip. He put me through 2 hours of torture.
That's true. Before I had to sit there and watch that.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Hang on, just give me. I'm just trying to do two things at once here. I'm trying to. Sorry, I'll bring up the next one. Sorry, this one here. There we go.
Okay, Knights of the Republic saying the level of effort was disrespectful tonight. Even Ange seemed lost. I would say Ange has been lost for a while, but that's where I'm coming from. So tonight was no exception for me regarding that.
Yeah. It got just the lows. Knights says Donut FC. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree, Tequila. That is the case. I would like to think they would want to do it for the fans, but they didn't tonight.
Yeah, I try. I'm not. You might get some of them, and then some of them are going to be more mercenaries. Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Some of them are just in it for the money. Some of them are just in it football for the money. But some of them will take the fans into account. I can't tell you which player. I've got an idea just based on how they act, but I can't tell you.
Mrs. Trons fell asleep with the Tottenham scarf around her.
Bless her.
Bless her.
Oh, tell her that the Spurs job might be becoming more freer.
She didn't want it
faster than we thought. So
after 30 million a year, she didn't want it.
Yeah, but if she gets sacked, Dermo, then she walks away with like 10 million, and then you guys can move and go anywhere you want and buy a lovely house.
I did.
Com saying 24, 25, and 2008, 2009, Ramos 2003, 2004, Hoddle 1998, 1999. You're just talking about the managers that have been sacked mid-season.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, like I say, he's done it before. Levy's done it before. It's just we just don't want him putting Mason in. That's what it is. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
None of us want Mason.
Was Francis the Man City manager?
Sacked the same season.
Not Francis. What's his name? Fucking Jerry Francis. He took over from Ozzy.
Yeah, but Ange has already lasted a season. Am I reading what he's writing wrong?
No, 11 months. 11, 24, 25, 11, 2011, Ramos, 11.
I know Ramos wasn't here for that long.
Maybe Mr. Brady might know, or Colin might put in there. What signers have worked out? And that's the question we'll ask tomorrow night. I just want to go through these.
Yeah. Go on then.
No disrespect, Tequila. I just want to.
No, it's fine. I understand.
So what we do, Knights of the Republic, maybe write some of these down, Tequila, if you can. And we'll ask them tomorrow. Look, if he does get sacked tomorrow, that's one of the questions we can. If he does, yes, yeah. Sources say it's good. Okay, good man. Cheers, Colin. Thumbs up. Domo breaking news first again. Yeah, we always do, but we don't break shit. We break actual news. I just want to join.
I thought we sent you the link.
Yeah, I did. Get on in, Colin.
You got the link, bruv.
You got the link, bruv. Come in. Oh, Can, I'm sorry. Damn, hold on. Give me 5. The eldest has just come down. Well, that was a 5 minutes ago. You know. Please, Daniel Sakanj. Now, I think Chill, look, I don't know what's going to happen, but I think he may. We will, yeah, that's true. Great news, lads. Mason gets put in temporary charge. I will not watch another. Oh, God. But the thing is, look, it's all right for the likes of you, Carl. No, this is not a dig at anyone, by the way. It's okay for some fans. They can walk away. We can't. We have to continue doing this. Do you know what I mean, Tequila? It's all right for some fans, but they can walk away from it. I'm not watching another Tottenham game, but do you know what I'm getting at? We're the
yeah, as far as that's concerned, obviously, because we're running a channel, so we have to keep covering Spurs. So unfortunately, we can't. I understand what you mean. We can't 100% walk away like you can, mate. No. But it's fine. I understand.
I'd love to come on at some stage, lads, when Ange leaves. Big respect. Well, we are sorting something out for Friday, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, there will be an email on its way. We want to do something behind the scenes first. We've got a plan, but we will be in touch Friday. So make sure you are free. I just don't think he will sack. I think he will. Eda Sakan, I think it is. Yeah, I'm hearing Tacken is an option. Go all out, get a decent manager, a strong backbone, can change tactics, get result. That's it, Peter. No Mason, please God. At this stage, this is like the other. This is Philip. No disrespect, you and me you and me in fans' worlds are youngsters compared to Philip and Wilton, and Peter M. Like you and me are like we're in the young years of sport in Tottenham. I mean, I'm a teenager. You're still a baby as a Spurs fan.
I'm still in the cradle, aren't I?
Yeah, you are. Just be careful of that rattle.
I'm gonna play this. Gonna play the baby noises now.
Oh yeah, hang on. This is Tequila.
This is me. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Tequila. When he leaves the stream, we just leave this on in the background. At this stage, I don't care. Oh, sorry. I hope he takes that as it meant. I hope he takes it funny. Sorry. At this stage, I don't care what they do with Ange. Stay or go. Results must improve.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I agree, Philip. Brady says, Peter, my father-in-law has seen it all going since the 60s. I think it will be the assistant manager who's in charge of Cedar Mason. That's not a bad shout, actually.
Well,
yeah. Taken says I met an Aussie and Ricky had a picture with them in 2019. Oh, that's nice. Philip says if United win tomorrow, wow, our 15th. Haven't been that long since 2000 when Harry Redknapp come in.
We're entering that territory, Demo.
Yeah, fair play, Demo. Last word on Spurs are still not come on to the screen yet.
What, the channel? You mean?
Yeah.
You mean the channel? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Tequila. You've come in and you haven't really said a lot. I don't know.
I don't have to because it's like I've already my stance is already. People already know my stance, so it's like I'm not surprised by it. You're the one, unfortunately, who's kind of been hurt by it, or because you were still so believing. So it's like, don't worry about it, mate. I wish there was. I haven't got anything I can really say that's going to cheer you up. That's the thing.
Berkshaw's famous comment is so relevant 41 years later. I mean, it is, isn't it, Tequila? There used to be. And do you know what? The funny thing is, he actually never said that. That actually quote came from a reporter.
It was a report, wasn't it? That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it stuck with Berkshire. Look, I want to just very quickly, right? Just get your thoughts on the breaking news that we've got there. Daniel Levy, you know him as well as I do. What do you think's happening at Tottenham right now? If you are a fly in the wall, do you think Ange will be summoned tonight? Do you think he'll be summoned in the morning? Do you think he's going to get? Do you think he knew halfway through the game something might happen? What's your gut telling you? Your gut.
I think Levy's an incredible. Make no mistake, even though we joke and laugh, Levy's an incredibly intelligent man. You don't get to where he is without being an incredibly intelligent man. So what he's probably done, I believe Levy's all about the risk and reward. And he's looked at the points and he's looked at how many games are left. And he's realizing this is pretty much the last chance he's got to attempt to salvage the season. So he's got to make a decision. Has he already made that decision? I don't know. I'm not sure that he has. This is what I think he's probably weighing it up as we speak. If I sack him now, can I get somebody in right away? Can I salvage the season? What does salvage the season mean for Levy? It probably means some. I don't believe that he believes he can get Champions League. So I think that's just gone now.
Yeah.
But now we're talking about Europe in general. Can Spurs afford, even if it is the crappy Conference League, can Spurs afford a season out of Europe again? And if Levy believes that is not viable for what his plans are for the brand of Spurs, then this is the last chance really to kind of make these cuts. So this is why it's like, so he's one of those things where he's going to kind of shit, I can say it now, shit or get off the pot. And this is his last chance. So this is why I think this has happened. I was surprised he's left it this long. But this really is the last. This really is the last chance, because if we lose another couple of games, and like Philip says, we end up 15th, then even if we're that far behind, even the prospect of getting into 7th, if that's what you need for the Conference League,
well, we're not getting Europe. You can forget.
Well, this is what I mean. Europe, as in the Conference League. I'm going as far back. I wouldn't say that's off the cards. Champions League is off the cards, but Conference League probably is still possible. So this is what I'm saying. It's like, can Levy want to have a whole year of us out of Europe? How much does that mean to him financially regarding cutting Ange off, which is going to be, I don't know how much Ange is going to get compensation. He'll get millions, as they all do. So, and I believe that Levy is risk and reward. His whole thing is risk and reward, and he views it very, very mechanically like that. So I don't know. What would you do, Derma? I know that you want Ange out, but do you bring in another manager now to try and salvage the season so we can get something?
We've done it before. We've got form with this.
This late, because we're halfway through January now.
We've done it before. We did it before. Do you know what's really got me is I think Levy has to take responsibility for this as well. Lang has to take responsibility.
He won't.
Yeah, but I've said it before. You look at the transfer window, the summer transfer window. That will come back, and I'd said it at the time. It will come back and bite us in the ass. And it has come back and bit us on the ass. You said something very early in the season that Ange won't last the season, and I laughed it off. Oh, yeah. You were fucking spot on, man. I would say you're spot on. And if this other manager is no club and he can be brought in, expect a Mourinho style turnover.
Yeah.
That's my Poch Mourinho. Look, it's 11:15 on a Thursday evening.
Wednesday.
We know there's a meeting. Levy has summoned Ange for a meeting. This is the latest we've got from our source. Not sure if it's tonight or tomorrow. We will let you know as soon as we know, first and fastest. I'm I'm broken. I am broken. This cannot go on. I want tonight, and I love Ange Ball. That second half was near enough to them players throwing them under the bus than I've ever seen. It was so blatant they were throwing them under the bus, Tequila. Arsenal knew it. Arsenal knew it. If Arsenal had a striker, they would have got 6 past us. Them Tottenham players tonight, apart from Archie Gray, Bergville, and Jed Spence, they've thrown Ange Postecoglou under the bus. But Ange Postecoglou has not helped himself either. Lang has not helped him. There's been a combination of everything that's probably come together tonight, and everything's come to a head, in my opinion.
It just doesn't seem, the parts just don't seem to be meshing together. The director of football doesn't seem to be buying the right players. The manager doesn't seem to be adopting the right tactics, or is too stubborn to change, however you want to look at it. And the players are not performing to what they should be. Because even though I don't think we have a fantastic team, we certainly have a better team than being 14th.
Yeah. I mean, that Sonny's there looking again, another apology. I'm just looking.
I'm at the point, and I imagine you as I like I said, I don't really want to hear anything any of them got to say, to be honest.
No,
I feel like I've heard it all before, especially from the manager, and even though I love Sonny, I don't really want to hear what he's got to say either, because he's a part of it. You know, he's not immune to it, dude. I mean, I know we all like him and everything, and he's a great servant, but he's not really doing his part, really.
No.
And he's meant to be the captain, and you've got to question the leadership.
We got no leaders, Tequila.
We got no leaders. No, we don't. No.
We got no leaders, and I mean, look, Hotspur reports put back the manager. At Levy and Lang, what you're doing, I don't know. You can back the manager. Now a loss away to the Emirates after another decision went opposite way. We're now down 9 players. This is Ange after the game. This is Arteta's view. We played with a real purpose to hurt them. We created an unbelievable atmosphere. We know how important the game is. It's a gift. We can make the supporters very happy. This is Ange's response to that. We allowed Arsenal to dictate the game. We hung in there, but that was all we were doing. Unacceptable. The loss hurts me, but they ain't acceptable. They aren't acceptable. We have too many losses this year, too many games that have got away from us. That sounds like a manager knows he's getting the sack. Oh, he's ready to walk, one or the other.
It depends on how much he thinks he is the problem. I don't know. I don't know the man. You can only go on what he shows you in press conferences and the media. I don't know that. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know the man. You probably know. You've seen a lot more of him than I do at Celtic.
Now, this is Ange Postecoglou on the goal that shouldn't have been. I don't want to talk about referees. I have got to take responsibility for my team. We weren't anywhere near the level we need to be in such a big game. Now, there is, without confirmation, sources reckon. Now, there is something here that we I don't know. Do you want to look at that? It's in our private group chat, Tequila.
Look.
Do you think we could read that out? Do you think that would be okay? Well, look,
I think Com's gone to bed. So I'm not sure we're going to get anything
Right.
more from him.
Okay. Well, let's put it this way: is Ange Postecoglou's job at Tottenham Hotspur untenable after tonight?
No. Not untenable. No, because Daniel Levy may still think that he's willing to not be in Europe for a year. I don't believe that for a second, but I wouldn't say it's untenable. No, because if Daniel Levy was 100%, then he would have gotten rid of him weeks ago when Champions League was still a.
But we can still get Champions League through the Europa League, Tequila. To be fair,
that's the only chance we've got. Yeah.
Yeah. But after tonight, after that team's performance in the second half, and Philip, I don't think Philip actually Philip, I think, was doing his famous medallion job tonight. I'm trying to put a happy face in it. Philip, please forgive me. But we haven't used it for such a. You know where I'm going with this, don't you, Tequila?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not unusual, is it?
Unusual to be loved by anyone. No, Philip's.
You know what? I'm getting a horse. I'm probably going to get a WhatsApp message in a minute, or a horse head.
We'll all be getting a horse head, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the reason why it's not quite untenable. I do, like Philip said there. It's like really at the borderline now. It's like one more loss, and it becomes that. If we do lose to Everton, and Everton obviously might have a bit of a spring in their step because Moisey's back there. They didn't win tonight, though, did they?
No, they didn't. Look, a couple of more comments. We've got Philip said, I don't think any Spurs manager has ever been dealt as many injuries at the same time. Well, that's true. Levy's meanness over squad is to blame. If Ange gets sacked, he is unlucky. Where do you stand on that, Tequila? There is an argument for that, by the way.
I don't know if I would say Ange is unlucky, because if it was just a crap period over, it hasn't helped. And I would say the unlucky part is that most of them have fallen in the defender position. I say that's the unlucky part, is that it's been like mostly at centre half and at defence. That's unlucky, and as well as obviously the keeper as well. That part's unlucky, but everybody gets injuries. So I'm not 100% with Philip, but I know where he's coming from.
With how Ange is becoming, it's slowly reminding me of Conte. Yeah, to be fair.
I don't know if you're going to get a Conte annihilation from Ange. Ange is not that kind of character, is he? But yeah.
Philip said if we lose to Everton, it is untenable unless he's gone before Sunday.
Yeah,
I think he might be.
I think he might get the Everton game, Dermo, because that should be a winnable game. And we will need a statement win as well, not a 2-1 sneaking past them. I mean, we need a statement win to build some momentum.
I don't think he's going to get that. I think Daniel Levy after tonight said enough. He said when he backed him, our results have to improve. They haven't improved. We've won one game since before Christmas, and that was against Southampton. We've drawn against Wolves. We've lost against Newcastle. We've just about got past Tamworth.
The reason why I'm a little bit apprehensive to say it's untenable based upon just its result is I understand why the fans are so upset. I get it. It's our North London rivals. But from Daniel Levy, who I believe looks at stuff very differently from the Tottenham fans, do you think that he expected us to go to the Emirates and win when you look how often that has happened in our history, especially under his tenure, right? So I imagine he didn't expect us to go to Arsenal and win. So why would this be the result that is over the line?
It was the manner of the defeat. That's the thing.
But does Levy care about that? I know that we do as the fans, but does Daniel Levy, who only cares about how many points behind we are in the league, behind the Champions League, he couldn't have expected us to go to Arsenal. He must have known it was it's never impossible, but a long shot. Surely it's the games against like Phil says, if we go to Everton, right? And
Yeah.
we lose that one, where Daniel Levy would be looking at, well, hold on a second. We should be steamrolling these kind of lesser teams. We should be getting points here and there. I don't expect us to go to Arsenal and get points, but when we're going to Everton, we should be expected to get points. That's more likely, I think, the game which will push them over the line rather than losing. This is from Lee. I'm trying to look at it from Levy's
I get
point
what
of
you're
view,
saying.
not the Spurs fans. It's
I
different.
get what you're saying. You're probably right in what you're saying, to be fair. But you also look at it, he's got to probably Levy. It's probably not him, it's probably other board members as well. We just think it's Daniel
Yes.
Levy.
Yeah, a bunch of them, yeah.
And there's other board members. Now, if all of them say we want Ange gone, and he's saying I want Ange to stay, if he gets outvoted as chairman, he has to do what the board want. It's not just him. I think there's a combination. There will be probably a board meeting during that game. There was probably a board meeting now happening right this minute. We don't know that.
And it's all a little. It's and also then, mate, it's a little bit of poker as well. If Levy, so stuff could have changed in other areas. So if Levy has sent out feelers to Dortmund regarding their manager and has received positive feedback, like is willing to come, that also will change the likelihood, of him pushing the trigger, because I don't think he particularly wants Mason in charge, for example.
No.
I don't think he wants that. But if he knows that he can bring someone in right away and who's willing to come in, much more likely to push the button rather than being like, I can't get anyone in till the summer. So
he's out of a job as well, by the way. He hasn't got a job this man.
Is he completely free then? That makes
completely free.
Well, then I can see that greatly improves the chance of Ange going then. I thought he was still at Dortmund, so my bad. I thought they'd have to negotiate with Dortmund. So that's no compensation Levy's got to pay then.
No.
Then from the risk reward stuff that I said about earlier, that makes him much more viable, doesn't it? There's someone out there who Levy thinks could do a job, and he hasn't got to pay any money for him.
No.
Right.
And Boris said that's the last comment there, but I will say it. He said his style of play. He trusts in youth and he knows how to adapt. And it's all about knowing to adapt, isn't it? It's all about adapting as a manager. And Ange, as I love Ange, I do. And I know there's channels that are fully Ange in and they're going to be Ange in to the end of their days. But me and Philip Brady watched a lot of him up at Celtic and we love the guy. I love the guy. But after tonight, Tequila, I can't watch my team. Managers may come, managers may go. But I watched a toothless second half performance in the North London derby. That, for me, tells me they're not playing for the manager. They weren't playing for the manager in that second half.
We know from prior experience, and even though the man I'm thinking of is Ben Davis, who obviously didn't play tonight, we know from experience that there is player power there. And it wouldn't be the first time that some of them have gone to the manager and said, yeah, this guy ain't working. Can you get rid of him?
Yeah.
You don't want to think so, but let's not be naive.
No, Daniel Coy's, but on loan to Liverpool. I like that. It says time for
on loan to Liverpool. Okay.
On loan to Liverpool. Time for this fraud to get sacked. I'm sick of hearing one more game. He's had enough time. He can pee off now. I would say the cesspit on X is quite vile. Carl Simpson says, do, come and do the conga. Do. Some sliding long before. Boris says, I feel Terex will come in and do a great with Spurs. He reminds me a lot of Poch. He does, actually. His style at plays, he trusts you. Yeah, read that. Ted663, he turned down the West Ham job because he knew the Spurs job was available. No, they let him go as he didn't win the Bundesliga or the Champions League last season, bottling it. They dropped to third.
Well, Boris seems to know a lot about the manager than I do. So it sounds like, from what they're saying, it sounds like get him in then.
Tarek is all about quick play, high tempo. If Philip says if Levy wants Ange gone, the board want. I want to ask Philip a very quick question. Maybe put it in chat, Philip. when the likes of Mourinho and Conte got sacked, when the likes of David Pleat got sacked, does the board have to vote to sack a manager? Or if the chairman says, I want him sacked, then the board have to follow it. Does there have to be a vote, a board vote? Would you let us? I'm asking the question because Philip's seen it all before. We're
I'm
young
not sure.
compared.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. That's why I'm asking Philip, or maybe Boris or Carmine. Philip, does the board have to take a vote? Let us know very quickly if you can.
On the next comment that Philip's made, unless he's on gardening leave. Well, if he just turned down the West Ham job, as I think it was Boris said,
Yeah,
then that would answer that. That I guess that there's nothing. This is what I mean. If there's nothing stopping him, then I think the chances of Ange leaving, in my mind, the chances of Ange leaving has actually gone massively up now. Then,
yeah, I think so. I fully expect if this club has any serious bone in their body, I want them sacked by the morning. I don't think you're the only one, actually. And this is Boris. I think TICTOC likes this. He can play attacking football, attacking as Ange, but can park the bus as much as Arsenal.
See, and I think that if that's true, Dom, I think that's what fans want. It's not that fans didn't like the attacking stuff of Ange. It was just the fact is it was just a little too much. It needed, it needed a bit more balance to it, a bit of balance.
We won't get a new boss easily. Spurs are known as graveyard manager. I think Philip's spot on with that as well. But I think if this manager is free, you chuck enough money at him and say, you do what I want, then Levy's going to be all over him. Like, Levy's going to be having.
Well, that's what I meant by, like, maybe something's changed regarding putting feelers out. Maybe he's willing to come now.
And then Carl says, some club vote. I don't think it works like that with us. Well, we don't know. Well, look, and this is the breaking news. Go on, Tequila, you break it, son. Go on, you break the news. What we know so far, anyway.
Well, the breaking news is that he's been summoned for a meeting. We believe it's tonight or tomorrow. If it is tonight, it's bloody late. And there's only half an hour left of today. So probably it'll be tomorrow. We've seen this before when they have these kind of emergency meetings, and more often than not, we know the results. And as I said earlier, hearing about that there is a manager who's actually free, and then the key word there is free, so no compensation.
Yeah.
That I hate to be so cynical about Daniel Levy, but this is how I just think the man's mind works.
Yeah.
That he'll see the opportunity, and I think he may take it now. And he's got, and the thing is, he's got to take it now if he wants to salvage the season. Yeah. He can't really wait to afford to wait another couple of weeks, because then that'll be another 6 or 9 points dropped to do in the meantime. And if he wants to salvage the season by getting us into the top 7 or 8 for Europe, it needs to be done now.
Yeah, I've just seen Carl's. I'll let you break that news in a minute as well, Tequila. You could do the big Sky Sports if we wanted to get them.
We need to get some production values in here, Derm, and we need some sound effects like a
bit like Hippie Paul. I need to learn how to do that. I might speak to our tech guy on Friday to see how we can get some stuff in it. Jazz it up. Philip says the board are generally reported to be yes, fair enough. That just answers my question. I sort of knew that, but I wanted Philip to confirm. Look, it's the older fans I love turning to in this time of crisis, because they have had the experience. They've been through it all before. And it's great to be led by people like that, isn't it, Tequila? That they know what they're doing. They've seen it all before. They've seen us relegated.
Well, it's a stance that unfortunately I can never really bring, because all I know is the Enoch era. Dermo, you had I'll use the word fortune, although you may disagree with that being the word to use. You've had the fortune of watching other ownerships beside Enoch over our lovely club. So you can bring that. And obviously guys like Philip and everything.
I was born in the Richards. Philip, can you put in the chat who's the owners for Scholars? I keep forgetting the second name. The Richards and something families, and then I remember the Scholar years, Ivan Scholar. I remember the torment that went through when Tottenham nearly went bankrupt. I've then went through the Sugar years, and this is why I want to get Alan Sugar on, because I feel, look, I know I mean this all sincerely and from the bottom of my heart. I think he gets a rough ride, out of
What,
Tottenham
Sugar?
players. Yeah, I do. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have a football club, and I think that gets forgotten. I think that does get forgotten quite a lot, and I think the Enoch years have overshadowed where we've grown as a club, where we've grown as a football club, and as a media entertainment center.
Dermo,
Uh,
there was something I wanted to ask. I don't know if you've got it right, and it's
yeah,
something I can probably look up, and I probably should
yeah.
go and look up, and maybe I will. But while we're talking about this, is the Enoch era, which is now 25 years, 26 years, the longest period in our club's history of one ownership?
No, it was the Richards and I forget. I think it's the Brennans. I'm not sure. They were the longer period. I think they bought Tottenham back in 1930 something. Actually, let me just double check on that. Yeah, just from there onwards, if you can go through the rest of the chat from there onwards for me.
Okay, so
And
Daniel
I'll get the
Coy's
answer for you.
bought online to Liverpool. 7th richest revenue club in the world, and we're 13th. I know, mate. That's the problem, isn't it? That's the problem.
Yeah.
Carl Simpson saying, breaking news is Termo is the new chairman of Wexford FC and is in talks with Ange. Would you hire Ange for Wexford?
No, I'm sorry. You and Colin are in charge. I'm thinking of going to talk to you two guys.
I'll take Ange of Wexford. There you go.
Yeah.
He seems to do well in leagues where, lesser leagues.
Yeah.
It's over 2 weeks in the transfer window and we haven't even given Ange any reinforcements. Not true. We got a keeper, but I understand your point, Liam.
Yeah.
Liam's also saying the grass won't be greener. You can never tell for sure, but when somebody's had 25 years in charge, they've certainly been given a fair chance, don't you think?
Yeah.
Liam also saying Johnson was absolutely disgraceful. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get any arguments there, bruv.
No.
Most of the team were, though, to be honest. Carl saying, you better be wearing a yellow tie on deadline day.
I will get something yellow. I promise.
Something funny like that, yeah. We need to arrange something one of us needs to go outside in a car and do a Harry Redknapp impression. Nico Cranchar, one of us needs to film it and just play it.
We'll probably get Mr. Brady to do that for us.
Nico Cranchar, Herman Haridason, just do like the whole Harry Redknapp thing. Daniel's also saying, well, Liam, the grass is dead right now. It's brown. Well, yeah. And Carl saying the grass has been nuked. You're not wrong. Liam's asking, why is that, guys? I think he's talking to the chat. Boris is saying, the thing is, Dortmund is like Spurs, a big club that hasn't been much and doesn't spend much, but is very dominant. So Tesic knows how to work within a budget and knows how to get performance. Well, that is the kind of manager, like you said, Boris, that Poch was. And I think those are the managers that are going to work best within Enoch's system. And I think Dermo might have said it the other day, or it might have been Calm, sorry. One of the boys said it the other day, is that what Spurs probably need is a great coach rather than a great manager.
Right,
and I think that's spot on.
Right. It was 3 families. Tottenham, I read the bit out, actually. I read the top section out. It actually make more sense. Tottenham Hotspur Football Club became a limited company, the Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, an athletic company on the 2nd of March, 1898. So to raise funds for clubs, limit the personally members to 8,000 shares were issued at £1 each. Although only 1,550 shares were taken up in the first year, 4,090 shares were sold by 1905. Few families held significant shares. They included the Whale family, who had association with the club since the 1930s, as well as the Richards and the Beerman family from 1943 to 1984. Members of these family were chairman of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club after Charles Robert, who had been chairman since 1898, died. So, so from 1943 to 84, it was between the Wales, the Richards, and the Behrmans families. and then it went to Ivan Scholar, and then it went to Alan Sugar, and then it's gone to Enoch.
Right. Philip said, yeah, the Richardsons and the Wells.
Yeah.
Nearly at the end here. Daniel saying, Liam, because he's out of his depth getting exposed in a much harder league and he's stubborn, and I'm sick of this guy managing this football club anymore. That's about Ange. Carl's saying Wales. So yeah, they're talking about the families. Philip said only for Sugar and LTL in June 1991. We would not have a club now. Yeah, that's what you've been saying. They saved the club. Carl's saying a yellow Mankini deadline day. You heard it here first. Well, I ain't doing that. Yeah. That could be done.
I ain't doing that either.
And then Carl saying, wonder what the odds are as next manager. Go and have a look at Sky Bet. They'll have it all there, especially now.
Yeah, they will do.
Daniel saying, we're sleepwalking into a relegation battle. I still don't think we'll be relegated, but it has happened to other big teams every now and again. It's not impossible. I still see it's unlikely, but Carl Simpson saying, Dan Coys, I know, but doesn't stop you banging in your predictions. Doc Brown wants his DeLorean back, so that's going back in time with Back to the Future reference. And that's it, Demo, we've caught up.
Okay, I'm just going on to
our source, I think, has gone to bed, lads, so I don't think we're going to get any more updates tonight.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, okay. My thing's about to... Right, so Eden Tezit is 92.
Okay.
Kieran McKenna, who's also been sacked as well, by the way, from his job, is 11-2.
From Ipswich? He was sacked from Ipswich?
Yeah. No, the Luton manager was sacked.
Kieran McKenna wouldn't... You know what? It might be a bit early for him, but in a couple of years...
He used to play for Tottenham back in the day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. In a couple of years, Dermo, I'd like to have a look at him.
Eddie Howe, 11-2. Didier Deschamps, the French manager, 8-1. Xabi Alonso, 8-1.
Didier Deschamps, no chance, dude.
Yeah. Marco Silva, 10-1. Adeone Olole, 10-1. The Bournemouth manager. Gareth Southgate, no, thank you, 14-1.
No, I'm good.
Brendan Rodgers, 16-1. Do not want another Celtic manager. I'm sorry.
No.
Julian Nagelsmann, 25-1.
Oh, yeah, I'll take him, but
Robert D. Zabi, 25-1. Thomas Frank, 25-1. Emery, 33-1. Jose Mourinho, 66-1. That would be worth a quid. That's the last. So there we go. What I'll do for tomorrow, I will put them there. I'm on my phone. I can't do both now. You're grand. Big up, Carl. Not good week this week. Same, mate. Let's all go to sleep and pretend it didn't happen. No, it doesn't work like that. Give me Tarek, says Carl. What about Xavi? Look, tomorrow. I think tomorrow's show is going to be all about this. I think, to be fair to Keelan, not about the game.
Well, we could be waking up to the news that he's being fired anyway. So we'll have to see what tomorrow brings.
Nagelsmann won't leave German national team until after the World Cup.
Fair enough.
Right now, I can't hear you, Tequila, because my earpiece has died. So Xavi is out of a job now. Mourinho likes coming back to clubs. Now, Tequila, where can people find you, Tequila? I know by your talking that you're saying something.
You can see a little circle around me, can't you? People can find me on this great channel. Obviously, I'm now kind of back. I'm still not 100% kind of well, so I'm not back kind of as much as I plan to be. But at the minute, I'm still doing a couple of shows with the guys. But please also join our gaming podcast that Dermo and Com are now a part of, if you like your video games, at theplaypouch.com. So Com and Dermo are now on there, so there's now a group of us just to be talking about video games. So I know everyone's feeling a bit down tonight, but there might be optimism. If you want Ange out, then there might be some optimism coming soon. It can't get that much worse, really, unless we were to get relegated, but I don't think he will. So we'll go again. We lost again tonight. It's been a bad season, so dust yourself off. We'll go again. hopefully maybe under a new manager with some new ideas. And that's it. That's it, Dermo. You can't hear me, but I'm going to stop talking now. So I'll have to message him. Take care, guys.
Well, thank you very much for Tequila for doing all what you said. I haven't got a clue what you said. It's just okay. You can end it. Thank you for the text message. You know what? I started the stream hurt, broken, upset, angry. I've ended the stream laughing because of that. But on that bombshell, thank you all for watching. Thank you for watching Team Talks tonight. Thank you for watching the watch along. Thank you for watching this. This went on longer than I thought it would. But guys, we will be back tomorrow with any breaking news. We are going to look back at the North London derby with the post-match show, but we could end up doing a show about Ange if he has been sacked. So do keep an eye out. We will have an emergency stream. I hate using the word, but there could be an emergency stream tomorrow. Definitely be one on Friday. And then we gear up for Everton again on Saturday. We've got all the usual stuff out for you members. Pick up your memberships as well. I know Tequila's gone, I think. Do hit the like button. Do hit the subscription button if you can. Come on, you Spurs. In Big Andrew, we did trust, but I don't now. And, thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.